Hello. Hi. Bet you didn't see this one coming, huh? No. I'm high. Hi. Hello. No, officer. It's hi, how are you? I'm sorry. Okay, I was thinking about smoking another bowl. That's my sign to not do that. So, before I get too stupid. All right. Let's see who we have in chat. Also, before I even begin, you guys, I forgot to ask my husband for the login to our noise canceling service that we use. So if you hear barks, bangs, clatters, possible, fans going off, because it is like 100 degrees outside, so it's hot. So you might hear a fan. I'm sorry, but I forgot to ask my husband, and at this point, it's too late. At this point, it's just too late. But let's see who we have in chat. We have, and you're always changing your dang name, and it's always so similar to what it was before. My dyslexia. Andreessen Birchcraft. Hello. Evil Little McNuggets. Crack open an ice cold can of C word. I'm gonna stay away from this one. I'm not gonna touch that one. Like, I actually talked, not in DMs or anything, but I talked to them in my stream, and I didn't know what was going on at the time. So I don't know, because there's somebody out there who I think thinks I am in support of this person, but I really don't even know who they are. So I had them blocked at one point because I saw that they were interacting a lot with Queen of Spades, and I blocked Queen of Spades and them at the same time. And then I went back and I was like, no, this other person has nothing to do with it. She's probably just engaging in it because it's funny or whatever, so I unblocked them. But But yeah, I'm gonna stay away from any new lol cow opportunities until there's been a while since, you know what I mean. Like I'm gonna step away until it kind of dies down, and then I'm gonna give my 2 cents on the issue because your girl has weed brain and shit happens so fucking fast. I can't keep up with the fucking information, so I'm so poorly educated on anything that's going on right now. So everybody please know, Vast has no fucking clue what's going on at any given moment. Spencer Silvera, hey girl, hi. Mandy S, welcome, my loathe, welcome. La Señorita, hi, hi. Okay, so obviously from the title, y'all know we're gonna look at some Jorrun stuff today, and I've never, ever, 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 ever seen. Hold on, let me get rid of this window here real quick. Where the heck are you? And put up my cum box. So right now, cum box says come. So you are allowed to come. You're welcome, first of all. So this is going to be the definitive. Oh, no, I'm on the fucking definitive Jorrun playlist or whatever. Get out of here. Here we go. This is every time someone confuses me with Andrew Burkett, my name gets more absurd. Oh, okay. Okay. I'm gonna have to watch this later. It keeps buffering. I tried. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Is everybody else having that same issue? Hello, Dr. Cassandra. Welcome. I hope no one else is having that issue. I hope no one has that issue, but if somebody has to have the issue, I'd rather it just be one person than everybody at the same time. Because then that means there's a problem on my end. Anyway, I'm being boring. I'm sorry. Anyway, so we're going to listen to the interview on Mini Syllables' channel. I've never watched it. I've never listened to it, so I don't know what I've listened to little itty bitty snippets of it, but I've never actually sat down and listened to it. So that's what we're gonna do today. So with our cum box up and out of the way, actually, let me move this bitch. Oh. Well, I'll move it while we listen. Let's listen.
Hey everyone. This video is an interview I had with a YouTuber that was recently exposed engaging in predatory behavior towards women and children that goes by the name of Jorrun Comedy. I'm going to give a very brief summary of the situation to the best of my understanding. Sometime just prior to the
Okay, it says to skip to 8 minutes if I want to just get to the interview, and I kind of do want to just get through the interview, but I'm going to leave this. I'm still going to listen to this because I don't know if... Okay, so, hey, here to party. So I doubt myself a lot. I second guess myself a lot. So, I don't know that all of the information that I have is the correct information until somebody else confirms it for me. And I'm too scared to ask otherwise. Listen, I know I'm oversharing, but y'all gotta know the way I flow so that y'all don't think I'm mean. Because I promise I'm not trying to be. Because, I need to confirm that all of the information that I have is the right information. You know what I mean? I need to be 100% sure that this person is worthy of ridicule before I ridicule them, if that makes sense. So we're going to listen to this bit.
4th of July weekend, comments from a user named Mac and Cheese began appearing on...
Oh shit, hold on. Actually, they're providing screenshots, sorry. So let me put it up on the where the heck did you go? Hello, Sloth Cat. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. It's always a pleasure having you on. But let's get rid of the artwork and let's window capture. Hello. Oh my god. Daddy Oli fucked with this. Daddy Oli fucked with this, and now I have like I don't know where anything is. Okay, I guess I won't be able to show you this, but this is, I'm sure you guys have seen it.
TCAP community members' videos and live streams. The comments appeared to be a warning that someone in the community was engaging in inappropriate and predatory behavior towards women. People in the community began talking.
Shout out to Mackenzie Cheese.
No one had been specifically named in these warning comments, but there seemed to be a general consensus among community members that the comments must have been referring to Jorrun. On July 4th, Mac and Cheese released a video that confirmed everyone's suspicions. The video contained screenshots from a conversation that took place between a catfish and Jorrun, along with various social media interactions of his. The video was reported and removed so quickly that many people didn't even have a chance to see it in its entirety. Jorrun adamantly denied any wrongdoing and claimed that this was all just the work of a troll that catfished him, who was now exposing private sexual conversations he had with another consenting adult. It wasn't long before a Google Drive link began circulating that contains all of the screenshots that were in the video, along with other evidence that contradicted Jorrun's claim of no wrongdoing. It turns out that Mac and Cheese wasn't a troll. They were a whistleblower. Several people came forward and shared uncomfortable experiences and unwanted advances from Jorrun. There is also evidence that he has an extreme fetish for genies and harem girls. And while under normal circumstances, his personal fetishes would not be an issue or even anyone's business, this particular fetish revealed some glaring red flags. Jorrun had previously enlisted a female community member to play a role as a genie in what he called a comedic sketch. As it turned out, the role was extremely sexual in nature, and he had conned her into unwittingly role-playing a sexual fantasy for him. This wasn't an isolated incident. Other women in the community were used and objectified in similar ways. Screenshots show several instances of him objectifying and sexually harassing various women online in genie-themed costumes. And to everyone's horror, he had also liked photos of young children in revealing clothing and positions.
Oh, okay, they show a blurred image of the child. Ah, dang. Oh, and you can fucking see it. I'm gonna try to fix the background, guys.
Themed dance recitals and performances. After a lot of resistance, when confronted with this evidence, Jorrun admitted that everything that was exposed is true. The community's reaction was understandably shock, anger, and disgust. This man had infiltrated a community that is predicated on exposing and criticizing sexual predators and people who victimize children. And yet here he was engaging in that exact same behavior while exploiting its members.
When I first started making content on my Milena YouTube channel, Jorrun was one of the very first people who came on and supported me. I noticed that a lot of his lawnisms were very, very over-sexualized, but I chose not to pay attention to any of that because that is how we joke in the community. However, the frequency of these comments made me feel very uncomfortable. But again, I chose not to call him out just in case I didn't want to ostracize my other supporters or their sense of humor.
There we go.
It wasn't until I found out that he was making content of his own on his own channel. And in his streams, he was making a lot of comments about the women in the community. However, it seemed like a lot of the comments he had about the women was just for the fact that they were women, not as contributors. Just the way he spoke about himself, the way he talked about being alpha male and how he's so sexually successful. And I attributed a lot of that behavior very similar to Lorne. I didn't want to say anything because I was afraid of being a bully. I didn't want to be labeled as someone who was mean or a gatekeeper or anything of the sort. I didn't want to be that person who was better than. But the following comment was what made me feel very uncomfortable when he said openly in the stream, "Does this make your nipples hard?" I did not want to say
That's fucking gross.
say anything negative about him because I was arguing with myself, thinking that maybe he was just a socially awkward person. He had something odd about him. Sure, we all do. I was afraid of being mean and look what happened. I hope he doesn't come back. He doesn't deserve this community.
I feel my biggest problem with Jorrun is he came in and exploited this community without understanding this community.
Hello, Gay Mangoes. Welcome.
I hope he was serious when he told me he was getting help. Because not only do the people around him deserve that out of him, but he deserves it too. But I need him to stop liking comments on his confession, and I need him to delete his channel because he's not welcome back in this community.
I don't know. If a predator was looking for a hunting ground, I can see how this community would attract them. I met so many sexual abuse survivors in the community, and from the outside looking,
Absolutely. From the outside, let me let Shins make his point. Sorry, Shins.
and it may look like a pretty fertile hunting ground for predators to infiltrate.
I'm not surprised. That I'm upset about it. Like, I'm still mad about it, but I'm not surprised that he went around liking comments and shit. Like, homie has zero fucking, like, he doesn't understand how people work. He has no self-awareness. Like, he doesn't understand, which is another reason why I think homie might be a little bit on the spectrum, even a little bit. I'm not a doctor, but he really doesn't understand the concept of what is appropriate and what is not appropriate. He only understands the concept of, okay, when I do this, I get this reaction. That's what I think.
He ingratiated himself with his grooming. What he didn't realize was that each one of these victims are getting stronger every day.
Exactly.
And that
Exactly. They think we're just as stupid as the first time that shit happened to us. For whatever reason, these idiots fucking think of themselves as these geniuses. They think they're so smart. They think, oh, I'm never gonna get caught. I'm so smooth and smart. Nobody can fucking beat me. I'm fucking Goku. Not saying that Goku is invincible, because he's not. He's not. But what I am saying is that these guys fucking think so highly of themselves. It's still July. Big smiles, everyone. Yeah, it's still July, and it feels like it should be August, and it's killing me that it's not already August. August is just one step closer to fall. I am so tired of it being this goddamn hot everywhere. I mean, I know it's gonna take a while for it to, like, cool off, but fuck, I'm ready to get this month over with. I'm tired of summertime.
his insignificant presence was just a blip on the radar. These victims know they have an army behind them. Jorrun clearly didn't.
It's because of people like you. Many of us are afraid to show their faces and their bodies on YouTube. Just because a woman is nice to you doesn't mean it's an open invitation to flirt with her. I hope you got the help that you needed years ago.
What really pisses me off about the Jorrun situation is the pic of the little girl on Instagram. It's just a mom or a dad is proud of their 8-year-old, 9-year-old daughter who did a gymnastics routine in a genie leotard. She's doing a split, and there's a genie lamp.
Sorry, I was on mute. The fucking, cause there's, I hate it. It's so icky. And like, I find myself in kind of a predicament because I've been watching YouTube Shorts lately because it's not TikTok. And not saying that TikTok is a bad thing or anything. I really don't give a fuck. But like, there's a lot of things that are bad for my mental health on TikTok. So I'd rather just watch the. See, told y'all you were gonna hear it. And George over here. Oh my god, the emojis. Stop it. Dang it, what was I saying? Oh, I find myself scrolling through YouTube Shorts, and there's normally, one moment, guys. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I completely forgot where my tangent was going to. Sorry. The dogs were barking, and I had to go stop it.
Lamp in front of her, and they upload that video to their Instagram.
That's the point I was trying to make. I'm sorry. So I find myself scrolling through YouTube, the YouTube shorts, and the algorithm has picked up that I like stuff about like nail art and decorating cakes and satisfying videos and things like that. So I guess it assumes that I'm a parent. So I've been getting these like pack my child's lunch with me, and all these. So and I end up liking them. So like the algorithm starts showing me videos of like mothers and their little girls, they get their hair braided together, or they go out to the salon together, and like that's the only circumstance that I see anybody liking a video involving a child, unless it's like, top 10 funniest fails and like it's a child falling off a bike. You know what I mean? Like I fail to see where it's not sexual. No matter how I twist it, no matter how I turn it, I can't do it. And I want to, solely because I feel like I shouldn't be making fun of these people. I feel like I shouldn't be here telling this dude what the fuck he did wrong over and over again, hoping that maybe it'll drill it into anyone's head, that this kind of behavior is unacceptable. But like with that mentality comes the fact that you have to analyze everything they do, and like, you for a second pity them to the point where you're willing to believe almost anything. Of course, you don't believe almost anything, but you would be willing to. Like, if you give me the proof, I could believe it. But if there's no proof, then I can't believe it. So, like, I don't know. I guess I'm just going on a tangent. I'm sorry, guys. I'm high.
They tag it with Genie, and here comes Jorrun along looking for young genie girls to get off to, sees this picture, and then likes it. And it's the most innocent little picture of a cute little girl, and he's using it to get his jollies.
It's crazy to think that he has been acting this way for years and had no idea that what he was doing was predatory. He was so quick to pass off the catfish as a troll that I'm not sure he really realizes what he has done. I think his apology was just him trying to sweep this under a magic rug so
Hello, Rachel D. Welcome.
he can continue to prey on women and children online.
On July 6th, Jorrun released an apology video and agreed to do an interview with me to address some of the questions that the community had.
Ooh, Anthony R., I hope you have a very good afternoon in that case.
Initially, he wanted to be able to review the questions ahead of time and do a dry run rehearsal.
No.
I didn't feel that this was appropriate, and in the interest of integrity and authenticity, we agreed to record the interview without any rehearsals or previews of the questions. The following interview is intended to give the community some answers and is in no way intended to defend or advocate for Jorrun or his behavior.
I'm going to dive right in and start asking these questions. I just want you to answer them as openly and honestly as possible.
Okay.
All right. It's been exposed that you've liked pictures of young children dressed up and dancing as genies. And it's also been exposed that you have a kink or fetish for genies. Do you think that that behavior is acceptable?
So I want to talk about that. I was put under the impression, and I could Google it real quick, that the difference between a kink and a fetish is that a kink, you don't have to have it to get off, but a fetish, you do have to have it to get off. Like, that's what I was told, and I don't think, like, I don't think Jorrun is fully grasping on that, because he says something really weird during a Wes call, and I can't quite remember exactly what it is, but it gave me the idea. He said something like, I don't like that she used kink and fetish interchangeably, or something like that, something along those fucking lines, and it's like, no, like, what? Anyway.
Not at all. Indefensible.
Did you think it was
Hello, Rage-filled virgin. It's always nice to see you.
acceptable when you were doing it?
I love, love, love your new icon there, homie. That shit is fly as fuck. Where'd you get it? Damn, son, where'd you find this?
The lie I told myself was I'm putting a like on the picture of a little girl. I'm quote unquote supporting her.
Did you like pictures of girls other than genies? Or was it usually just genie content that maybe you came across?
You're referring to children?
Mm-hmm. Yes. What else?
No, there were none others.
Okay. Have you ever interacted with anyone underage online, whether they initiated contact or you felt it was innocent or not?
High school girls, yes.
Do you care to discuss any of that? Or...
Did she say underaged? She said underaged, right? High schoolers are typically underaged. There's very little amount of high schoolers that are 18 in high school, you know? You turn 18 in high school maybe in your senior year, maybe.
Or can you get some insight on that? Was it, did you feel it was innocent? Was it a, you know, were you being flirtatious, or how would you describe it?
Let me think. I've been doing this so long that I want to make sure that I can, I've definitely commented on videos. I've definitely commented on pictures in a flirtatious way. As far as going any farther than that, I have not. But to me, that's bad enough. And I very much don't want to, you know, take the first step on a path that leads to something really bad. And sure. I think my foot is already on that path by me your even foot, doing that.
Your foot?
Of course.
Your foot? Baby, you're not welcome back here. Listen, so I have really bad anxiety. I'm going to be a little bit open, as if I don't fucking spill my guts to you every fucking day. This is therapy for me. I hope you like therapy, motherfuckers. It's like The Sopranos, but with a lower budget. The first time I watched this interview, I got pissed because he kept doing this weird sharp exhale, you know. He sounds fucking annoyed throughout the entire thing. He's a little fucking rat. I can't fucking stand his bitch ass. But one of my biggest fears is I make pornography. You guys know. If you don't know, now you know. I make solo porn. So, and I do audios as well. So I have a lot of kink related content on my adult sites. And my biggest fear is that somebody is going to take one of those audios and say, this is what she does for fun, when it's something I do for money. And misconstrue it to where like Fox stuff did to me once. Misconstrue it to make me believe that I was in fact targeting children instead of posting adult content on an adult website far away from children, where I am verified, they have my identification, they like are probably, you know, at some point in the future going to send me a W-2. Like, they, you know, this is all legal. And in my heart, the worst fear is that somebody comes along, misconstrues it, and makes people believe that I am this horrible, disgusting person, the person that I fear every day that I will become, that I will be. That's my worst fear, to become Jorrun, to be like Lorne. That's my worst fucking fear. My worst fear is to be cast out of this community. It has become my worst fear. I don't want to hurt anybody. I don't want to do anything that would make anyone uncomfortable or do things that I wouldn't be comfortable with. Like, I don't want to overstep any boundaries. I don't want, and it, I will be honest with you, it is kind of nerve-wracking to talk to anybody because I myself am not great at social cues. I'm not. I'm really not. Like the way Jorrun is bad at it, I'm bad at it too. Like I'm good at faking it, but I'm really bad at it. And like I'm so terrified that one day I'm going to slip up, say something that sounds fucking outrageous, and I'm going to be too overwhelmed to even respond. Maybe I shared too much there. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm just high. I'm really sorry about that.
Of course. So are you saying have there ever been any private conversations with these high school age girls, or has there ever been back and forth in those comments, or has it mostly been you making a singular comment and not getting a response?
It's mostly been singular comments.
Has there ever been any kind of, private conversation with someone who was underage?
In my 20s, yes.
Was that a frequent thing? Did you feel it was wrong at the time, or was it more so?
My computer's getting hot. I'm going to have to turn on the fan. I'm really sorry.
So, I feel like we're close in age
and while it does sound like a legitimate fear, it's something that I continue to tell myself that if I had a clean conscience, I wouldn't be worried about it. Like, I don't know. I don't want to become the thing that I fear the most. And I fear predators the most. That's why I'm so quick to fight when I'm put in a corner. Like I hate talking about myself, but I guess I do it a lot. This one's gonna be a weird one. Nah, you're good. Your super respect for sex workers are more than welcome and beloved in the community. Should be everywhere. And I totally agree, but like, there are some things, and I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that I'm completely innocent of. I am a victim, and victims tend to cope in very strange and sometimes unusual ways. So like, I don't know. If you have a closed mind, you might assume. And I guess it's just my anxieties telling me that I'm terrible, but I've never done anything like Jorrun, so I think I'm okay.
Maturity level, or do you want to elaborate on that at all?
I definitely felt like we were close, maturity-wise.
Okay. Are you sexually attracted to, or have you ever been sexually aroused by children?
No.
Not even when...
Exactly, Gay Mangoes. I second or third guess all my comments like, oh no, what if they don't get it? Now I look like a deranged pervert. Yes! It's terrifying, because like I don't the last thing I would ever want to do is make somebody feel the uncomfortability of being sexually harassed. Because that is a feeling that I find uncomparable to anything else. Hello, Cookie Whoopie Pie. When judging behaviors of others, intent needs to be taken into account. That's why Jordan's apologies are horseshit. He doesn't mean it. He doesn't even know why he's apologizing, really. Yep, that's true. That's true. And that's what I'm saying, that he doesn't understand social cues, and he doesn't understand how his actions hurt other people. He just sort of says, oh, this thing that I did has this reaction, therefore I'm going to continue doing it, or I'm going to stop doing it. Like, that's kind of the way that I progressed through life for like the first 20 years of my life. And when you figure out, when the light clicks, you cringe. It's one of the worst feelings, actually. And I say that about a lot of things, but it really sucks when you sit there and say, holy shit, I've been that annoying kid my whole life. I've been that fucking weirdo who pushes their interests on others, and who like makes you like do things that you don't like, and that you're too fucking nice to say no to. Like, I don't want people to feel like they need to be nice to me. Like, if you don't want to do something, like if I come to you and I'm like, hey, do you want to do a stream together, and you say no, I'm backing the fuck off. I'm never bringing it up again. You can tell me no, you're a fucking slimy piece of shit, thank you. But if you say yes, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry, and I'm not gonna believe that you actually want to do it. You're just being nice. It's just terrifying. I don't want to be that. That's my worst fear. Being that.
When they're in, the genie costume. And I'm asking that just because, that is a very specific, a lot of times with kinks and fetishes, it's more so around the object than it is the person. And so if you were viewing children who are dressed up in these genie outfits, it would be reasonable for someone to assume that
Jorrun is just a shallow person in the way that he judges other people and his personality and comprehension. Yeah, really, he is very shallow. Like, there really isn't a lot of substance to work with there, which was his worst fucking downfall, I think, because he can switch from, like, emotions very quickly, kind of like Lorne does, So, like, when you're an actor, that's kind of a good thing. But, like, that's the only thing he had going for him acting-wise. Like, everything else, like, his delivery, his, like, even his pronunciation of some words, woman, oh my god, like, it's so bad. And it's like, he never took the time to go back and look at himself. The mountains are high and the ravioli is vast. Well, the ravioli is also high. Some of his answers to many syllables are clearly just what he thought he was supposed to say, completely insincere. And like, he thinks that he has us all fooled. Like, he thinks that we're just gonna fall for it. We're gonna fucking swoon over him because he fucking mentioned us in the interview, because you name dropped me. Oh my gosh, she said my name in the interview. Oh my gosh, now I forgive him. It's okay. He's good. He's a sweetheart. No, absolutely not. You fucking idiot. How dare you? How dare you? Like the robot. Oh my god.
that you would be sexually aroused by that.
Also, hello, Sean McClure. Welcome.
So, are you saying you were never sexually aroused by any of the pictures of the children?
Correct.
Okay. Why did you like those pictures? I know you said it was the lie you told yourself was that you were supporting them.
Yeah.
Do you think that it was anything beyond that? Do you think that it is your genie fetish so overwhelming that you're drawn to that, even whether it's a child or not?
Gotcha. I would be scrolling through Instagram, searching specifically for that. And when it was women, I would absolutely say something inappropriate. And never with children.
Did you ever feel anything inappropriate with the children, whether you acted on it or said anything or not?
No.
Have you ever fantasized about anything involving children or viewed any type of child pornography, even if it's not young children, even if it's, older teenagers?
No.
If you had to guess, how many photos of underage girls do you think that you've liked or commented on, inappropriately or otherwise?
As far as liking, that was actually pretty rare.
Okay. Have you ever saved photos of underage girls at all? And even not just underage girls, have you ever saved photos of people who didn't know that you were saving their photos?
Yes.
Have you
I was muted for that. I was muted for that whole thing. I'm so sorry. I was reading your comment, Anthony R. How you have to stop and pause it and go, okay, let me get this straight. I want to get Lorne on a call, okay? And I want to make him listen to a Lorne call with me so that he can explain what the fuck is going on. Or maybe walk me through the process of his thinking. Like, even if I have to help him baby steps to fucking, like get all his words out and enunciate, but like, I need to know. I need to know. Tyler Brassfield, welcome. And the detector has determined that was a lie.
Deleted all of those at this point?
Everything is gone.
Completely from your hard drive? No, there's no record of it whatsoever. You can't access it anymore.
Nothing whatsoever on my hard drive.
When you saved those pictures of people without their knowledge, did you feel like you were violating them in any way?
No.
I didn't. At the time, I absolutely did not.
Yeah, no, because a predator doesn't think about what its prey feels. A predator only cares about the prey, when they're going to get their grubby little hands on it. What about on your phone? That's a good one, Sean McClure. That's a good one. You know, homie had a fucking backup. You know he had a fucking private Google Drive or whatever where he fucking kept all those. Those motherfuckers are still out there. I bet my left testicle that those videos are still out there somewhere. He didn't think he was violating anyone because nobody knew. There it is. I picture Jorrun as a flip phone kind of guy. Yes, absolutely. Same.
Do you feel now that you were?
Yes, absolutely.
Do you believe that you respect women?
Not enough. Not enough.
Yes, the left, the most important of the twins, or the brothers, I mean.
I've had this dichotomy in my head where I'm a good person because I have female friends, because I'm good to them, but
being good to somebody doesn't mean being nice to them, being decent to them every once in a while. Listen, I know the bar is set really fucking low. I get it. I totally understand because the bar is set pretty low for me too. Oh my gosh. Hello! I trolled Chris Hansen's TCAP community. Welcome. What's up, dude?
It's been a very split in my mentality where I'd be like, it's okay for me to quote unquote flirt, which wasn't flirting at all. It was sexual harassment.
Mm-hmm. But would you say, do you feel respect for women? I understand that your actions certainly contradict that, but do you feel that you respect women in general? Like, do you feel that you have feelings of respect towards women?
Yes,
because,
absolutely. And
I'll just point this out because I'm sure someone else may hear this. When I asked you about if you respect women, you said, well, I feel like I kind of lied to myself and said I did because of, and you're talking about you. You're not talking about how you feel about women.
Gotcha.
So do you feel that you respect?
So am I going to get exposed? Listen, I don't want any beef. Like, I'm not trying to get like into this, but like if you want to talk to me, we can talk, dude. Like, I don't have anything to expose. So you're in the wrong place, dude.
Women in general.
I definitely believe that they're equal. I've expressed in the past admiration for certain people in the community, and quite a bit in my real life. Genuine admiration.
Sure. Do you think that?
I'll believe it when I see it. If I get a message from Nugs saying, "Hey, it's me," then I'll believe it. If not, then no thanks.
All women, do you view them solely as sex objects?
No.
Yes, he does.
Okay.
He does.
Have you ever had conversations with women that weren't sexually charged, or is there always some level of flirtation there?
I have definitely had conversations with women that were not sexually charged.
Sure, many syllables 2020. That's beautiful.
Would you say those are frequent or few and far between?
Oh.
Goodbye.
In general, and again, this is me explaining and not excusing my mentality. But in my mind, oh, she's married, I don't do that. Oh, she's in a serious relationship, oh, I don't do that.
Have you ever been called out or confronted for inappropriate behavior with women before?
In person, no. Online, I've definitely had women call me out for comments I've made about them.
Sure. Do you want to elaborate on any of that?
I've
Do you want to
definitely
give an example? Or?
I've had times on Instagram where I've said something sexually suggestive, and a woman is just like, "Don't treat me like a piece of meat," or
Right.
called me a name that I deserved, and in general, express repulsion by my words and actions.
Sure. Has it ever gone beyond that, or mostly just direct responses to something you've said, and it doesn't go any further than that?
Correct. Yeah, just direct responses.
Okay. Have you had successful relationships and friendships with women in the past?
Yes, many times.
Do you find that communication is sometimes an issue with you and women?
No.
Have you ever had the police involved because of your behavior with women or any issues at work?
No.
Okay. How did you find out about the TCAP community?
I was, do you want a long answer or a short answer on that one?
Whatever,
oh my god.
Whatever.
Nobody is fucking interested in knowing your this isn't a fucking Hollywood interview, dude. This is an interview for you to clear your fucking name, for you to make at least a little bit of a cushion for you to fall on when you fucking, I don't want to say fall from grace, but motherfucker, that's the most fame you've ever had. Like this is the most fame you're ever gonna have. Come on. Like,
True.
Okay. I originally found a channel called Down the Rabbit Hole, which got me into Chris Chan.
oh my god.
And
I also
from
hate
there
the
I
fact that he knows about Chris Chan. Like, this fucking boomer shouldn't know about Chris Chan. Seriously, this fucking boomer shouldn't know.
Researching Chris Chan, I found Bay Shaman. I had never watched the original To Catch a Predator. I didn't have a TV at the time. I had heard about the show. I saw Bay Shaman's videos about him, parody videos, The Mask, what have you. And I was curious. I listened to a little bit of the holy pornography, lost interest. And
yeah, we know. You have... Oh, is this Jesse? Girl, I got no beef with you. Like, I don't know you. I don't know who you are. Like I'm really sorry that a lot of things are going on, and I'm sure you're really stressed out, but I have nothing to do with this. Please leave me the fuck out of this. I want nothing to do with this.
And then many months later, I found a channel called Danknet that did a great comprehensive history of the Church of God. And then after that, I resubscribed to Bay Shaman. And through Danknet and other things he discussed, the TCAPocalypse, I became very interested, listened to the entire holy pornography, and from then I was hooked.
Do you think that some of the sexual content in the community, even though a lot of it's repulsive, do you think that attracted you to it at all?
Say again, please.
Do you think that some of the sexual content, the nature of the community, a lot of the content making fun of Lorne and otherwise, there's a lot of, sexual content. Did that appeal to you at all?
No.
Why did you join the TCAP community? What appealed to you about it then?
I really like the idea that I could express myself comedically. Lorne.
What? Express yourself comedically? Listen, there's a lot of things that this community is about. This community is about a lot of things. It's about TCAP, it's about Lorne, it's about Drive, it's about power. That was so dated, oh my god. But I don't really think it's about being funny. It's about making fun of people that deserve it, but it's not about being funny. Like, you don't get far in this community. I mean, you do get far in the community just by being funny, but like, that's not the only thing that you can go far in the community for. Like, Wes does all of his stuff, and Cornville Three-Way does all of his stuff. Like, people have different angles, different things that they do. So it's you weren't allowed to express yourself. Like, anything goes. So it doesn't really matter. Like, you trying to squeeze in your comedic talents at any point is so fucking irrelevant. It's so stupid and it's annoying.
I hope this doesn't sound insensitive, but Lauren is the gift that
We stay hungry, we devour. I hate that stupid song.
keeps on giving for a content creator, because one of my first thoughts with Lauren is, what is wrong with this guy? And the fact that it was just infinite material comedically, because there are so many things to make fun of him about.
You can tell it's a troll because there's no space between mech and nuggets. It's a true trademark.
And obviously him being so quotable. So for me, it was very much the feelings I had with Chris Chan, which is it's a quote-unquote lolcow.
Okay.
And
Listen, I don't know about y'all, but to me the term lolcow is somebody who deserves ridicule. Somebody who deserves to be ostracized for the things that they've done. Chris Chan, perfect example of a fucking lolcow. We milk this lolcow because this lolcow deserves it. Okay? Like, all of the things that Chris has done, especially the latest fucking issue with Chris, is repulsive. And they deserve ridicule. Same here. Like, if that's part of the reason why I don't really make fun of anybody else, and I don't branch out to like lesser known things, because I don't want to educate myself on this person. I don't feel the need to educate myself on these people. And if I'm not educated on the subject, I'm not going to make fun of you. Because if I don't have all the information, if I don't believe that you are worthy of ridicule, I'm not going to fucking ridicule you. So with that said, if you do things that are despicable, don't come into the community. Because we're going to find out, especially if you're fucking open and obvious and haven't changed about it, we're not going to like you here. Simple as that. Simple as that.
TCAP has always fascinated me, because I would just look at these guys and go, what's wrong with them? Why do they not have some sort of interior regulatory thing where they go, what I'm doing is disgusting. I'm going after 12, 13, 14, whatever age girls. And it's always been the psychological part that's fascinated me with, is like and yes, some of them are obviously hilarious in their ineptitude, the way they dress, whatever. There's absolutely that. But there's been a lot of what's wrong with these guys, and that's just drawn me.
Sure. Do you recognize that a lot of your behavior has been extremely similar to Lauren and these people?
Yes.
Are you sure?
I have. Pardon me.
No, go ahead, please.
In the past couple days, when I really looked at the Google Drive and the contents, and I saw everything I had done over the years in such a wide variety, my first thought is, oh my God, this is way too Lauren-like. And what's...
Oh, just listen, if you don't care, good fucking on you. I wish I didn't care. Because when I heard what happened, that really broke my heart. Because at first, it was just people fucking with Chris and things like that. Like, it was mostly innocent, so like it was still okay to, like, ironically support them. So like I was like gonna get like I was gonna do like an outfit, like a Chris Chan inspired outfit with a really cute skirt and an oversized red and blue striped shirt and like yellow shoes, and like I was gonna go all out and do this cute little outfit, like, hi, look, that's me, I'm Chris Chan, hi, like a closet cosplay. And like now I can't do it. Like now this person that I pretty much grew up with, like, because I found out about Chris Chan 2013? 2014? It was before I finished high school, and I finished high school in 2015. So like my formative years I spent with Chris Chan. and then they go and do this shit. It broke my fucking heart. It broke my fucking heart. Barb didn't deserve it.
Helped me in general as a person, as I think it helps everyone, is being able to look at someone who is the best example of what not to be in a human being. And I don't want to even be slightly like him. And I was a lot more like him than I ever wanted to be.
Exactly like him. No, say it like it is. Own up to your shit. You were exactly like him.
Sure, there were a lot of parallels there. And do you think that maybe your hatred of Lorne might actually be because there are things that he reminds you of yourself?
That's what I'm worried about. I'm worried that is what I am. And that's, like, I hate that. I need therapy bad, y'all. But, like, I worry that that's me. I worry every single day.
Things that you don't like about yourself?
I would say no. As I said before, and I'll say again, I was very much excusing my behavior, thinking it wasn't a problem, making bullshit excuses for my behavior.
Sure.
Complete bullshit.
Did you view the TCAP community as an appropriate place to target women for your own sexual gratification or flirtation?
I have always been a flirtatious person, and I absolutely started right away flirting with members of the community.
Sure. Did you feel that was appropriate?
Again, going back to my mentality is if they flirt back, it's okay. Now I say, wait a minute, if someone's not flirting back, they could be anything from angry, humiliated, worst of all, expecting some sort of retaliation from me. And I'm like, oh shit, this is not right at all. My thinking is fucked.
So would you say then when you did it at the time, you felt that you didn't think it was inappropriate, but now you do?
Yes.
Okay.
And he thought it was flirting because he took all of those fucking things that we like to say to each other, like, oh, it's getting hot and how come? You know, like, he just took that and ran with it. Like, please watch the fucking content. It's always a huge red flag. It's always a red flag when a guy with no charisma claims they are a huge flirt. Yeah, seriously.
Can you describe your thought process when you took advantage of Tiffany Lockhart by having her unwittingly fulfill a kink fantasy role play for you?
Okay. So I had written a sketch that she enjoyed, and she said, all right, I'll do that. I very much made the character sexy. And I said, well, you know, it's going to go good comedically because if I can just, is it okay if I bring up some of the thought process about writing? Or
Sure.
do you think it would be?
Sure.
Okay.
No, you bring up whatever it's important that you're honest here. So if that's part of your truth, then tell it.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So when I was writing, I'm like, okay, I had seen, obviously I've watched so much Genie media my entire life. I'm like, okay, if she's one of these more modern ones where she acts like, what do you want, blah, 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 it's not going to have an effect on the audience. But I wrote her that way to make people watching it have a twinge of jealousy. Because if people are emotionally involved in anything, especially comedy, they get more involved. So I'm like, she has to be.
Stop pretending. Please stop pretending like there was a thought process to your little videos. There wasn't. You just wanted something to get off on, and Pornhub wasn't cutting it. If that's the case, fucking go to some sex worker out there, pay for custom content, jerk off, and shut the fuck up. Like, Pornhub is free, dog.
Written too good to be true. And so I wrote her as too good to be true. Comedically.
Comedically, no.
Did I make her sound ideal? And ideal to me? Yes. Absolutely. Did I make her say things that were very sexy to me? Absolutely, yes. And she had no idea that what she was recording was stuff that I found arousing. She had no idea at any time.
Right. Are you saying that it wasn't your intention for her to be arousing to you, that it just sort of happened, that when you gave her these roles to choose from, we spoke previously, and I believe you said you gave her 3 potential
Correct.
roles to choose from.
Yes.
And So are you saying that it was not your intention at the time to have...
Fantastic planet. To be fair, you need an extremely high IQ to understand modern genie lore.
her do something that would give you some sexual gratification?
I'm a little confused. Are you saying that I didn't write the role specifically for her?
No, what I'm asking is, when I asked that question, you explained that, it was really more so about, the community would find it funny and you were trying to appeal to an audience. So it sort of sounded like you were saying that it was just coincidence that you had her fulfill this genie role. So when you asked her to do this, did you intend to get sexual gratification from it?
I knew that certain things that were going to be said by a woman was going to be a turn on for me.
Sure. And had you, prior to asking her to do this, had you expressed to people, anyone, that you found her voice very sexy?
No.
You had not expressed that to anyone?
Correct.
Have you expressed that since she did the genie role?
Well, this is the first real uncomfortable question.
They should all be uncomfortable. Every single one of the questions that has been asked to you should be uncomfortable. If they're not uncomfortable, there's something wrong. Go to therapy.
I've never found...
Please seek help. Holy fuck.
Tiffany's voice as attractive as other members of the community have.
Fuck, what does that matter? Answer the question. We are not stupid. We're not stupid. Fuck. We can tell. We can tell. For the love of God, somebody tell him that we can tell.
So if there was a screenshot of you telling someone that you found her voice extremely sexy, would you be surprised by that?
Yes.
Because I'll be honest with you, I've seen it.
Okay.
I'm not trying to blindside you with anything, but I've seen you telling someone that you find her voice very sexy.
Thank you. I definitely...
Why did you thank her? No. Why did you thank her?
Find what she said to be very sexy.
Sure. I believe that this screenshot actually took place prior to her fulfilling the genie role. And again, I'm not trying to pin you in a corner here, but I want us to maintain honesty and integrity here.
I appreciate that.
Prior to you asking her to fulfill this genie role, you had expressed to someone that you found her voice very sexy. So that being said, do you think that it may have been more targeted for your sexual gratification than even you're willing to realize yourself at this point?
Yes.
Do you understand and accept that when you did that to her, you denied her the ability to consent to what it essentially amounted to a sexual act for you?
Absolutely.
Did you realize that at the time?
No. Telling myself lies again.
Sure. When she did this for you and it clearly provided you with some sexual gratification, did you feel it was wrong at all at the time, or did you just feel like, oh, this is no big deal, as long as she doesn't know, no one's going to get hurt?
I was just thinking of the reception of the video, people enjoying it, me getting more likes, comments, what have you.
Sure. But the sexual part, because I think we've pretty much established that you did get sexual gratification from the act that Tiffany did, right?
Yes.
So as you got that sexual gratification, was there ever a point where you felt, hey, I'm wrong for doing this, or this is kind of skeevy of me? Or were you just like, what people don't know doesn't hurt them?
Somebody who isn't aware of their surroundings, Anthony R., that's who does that.
At some point after I did it and it was uploaded, I absolutely did feel that what I did was wrong.
Sure.
Because she's been nothing but a kind friend to me, and I was using her.
Absolutely. Moving on from Tiffany, there's a video that Molly had put out, and it was a non-sexual video, and in that video you made a comment where you timestamped a point where you felt that her breasts were bouncing. What was the purpose of objectifying her body on that video? Like, what did you hope to achieve by that comment?
Nothing positive at all. Nothing positive. It was extremely creepy. extremely objectifying, and absolutely excuse me, there's the tongue tightness. Absolutely no way to treat anyone, especially someone who I've considered a friend.
Sure, absolutely. But what was your intention when you typed that out? What was the purpose? What did you think would come of it? Why?
It was a quote unquote joke, meaning I'm not going to defend it in any way. It was wrong.
Sure, of course. It's completely established that that's wrong. I don't think anyone could deny that. But I think what I'm trying to get at more is, what was your thought? Why? What did you get out of saying that? Because it's one thing,
yes,
to watch it and feel that, right?
Yeah.
What compelled you to A, tell people you were thinking that, and B, draw other people's attention to that specific moment of the video? What do you think? Did you feel that maybe if other people joined in, you would feel a little bit less creepy? And I don't know if that's a thought process at all. I'm just throwing it out there. What do you think the purpose of drawing other people's attention to it and drawing attention to it at all was? Are you excited by, telling someone that you're checking them out? Or again, are you trying to bring other people in to make you feel better about it so you don't feel like you're, this lone creeper? Or what do you think your thought process there was?
That's an excellent question that I haven't thought about at all.
Obviously, that shows how little you give a fuck. That shows how little you give a fuck. You have to ask yourself, what did I do and how did I hurt people? Because you hurt people. That's what you fucking did. Jesus Christ. It's not hard to not be a predator. It really isn't. It really isn't.
It wasn't to get other people's attention.
Yes, it was.
I think wow. Okay, I'm starting to actually shiver at this point in the interview. That's a good thing. That's my conscience.
Yes, it is. So tell the truth.
I think I was quote unquote being flirty, which makes me shudder at the very thought that I thought that was flirty. Oh, she probably likes the attention. Okay.
Ugh. Were you kind of hoping that maybe that would start up a little bit of a flirtatious rapport between the two of you, do you think?
Yes.
Okay. So that was almost sort of like a testing the waters pickup line.
Yes,
then,
absolutely.
In a way. Okay. Have you ever shared pictures of community members that were sent to you with anyone?
No. That definitely, because anonymity has been so important to me.
Sure. Did you share pictures of the catfish with other people before you found out she was a catfish?
Yes.
So at that time, you thought that you were sharing private pictures of a community member because you didn't realize she was a catfish at that point, right?
Correct.
So then answer the fucking question, you stupid fucking idiot.
So, not to call you out here, but so when you say you'd never shared photos of community members, sure, you can play a semantics game and say, well, she turned out to be a catfish. But when you were under the impression that she was just a community member who had shared private photos of herself with you, you had shared those private photos, correct?
I had shared them. I think the reason why I just answered is because in my mind, I'm not thinking of her as a community member because she was so new or something, which is not really a good excuse, but I thought of her as just the catfish.
So do you think that women in the community are somehow entitled to more respect than women who are new to the community?
No.
So why? Why did you share those photos of her?
Bragging.
Just trying to beef up your bravado and look cool?
Yeah.
Okay. The reason I sort of asked that is because, it's not quiet that this community is supposed to kind of be a safe place. There's a lot of people who come to our community who have been victims of sexual trauma, or just in general. A lot of women feel comfortable talking openly here. That's kind of the nature of the community, and the safe.
Is he doing coke or something? Hello, Zachy. Welcome.
Space is created, not just for women, for men too, for everyone. Do you realize that you've ruined that for some people, and all just because you wanted some sexual gratification?
Yes.
What do you feel about that?
My mentality, why it was okay, which it absolutely is not. My mentality is she started the conversation by immediately sending me a nude. No, no, that's not correct. That's not correct. The nudes came later. She sent me a picture. I'll share it with someone else, bragging, saying, "Hey, look, so and so. I have a groupie now. Blah blah blah."
I see.
I'm doing great today, Zachy. I'm a little hungry, so I think I'm gonna make my man's get me food when he comes home from work.
But in general, not just with the catfish, do you realize that a lot of your behavior has stripped away some of the security of the safe place for a lot of people?
Yes.
How does that make you feel now?
Terrible. I was going to say let them down, but actually betrayal is a better word.
Sure.
Betrayed their trust.
Yeah, definitely. You feel terrible now. When did you shift from feeling like this is fine and to feeling terrible?
I would say the most accurate moment to pinpoint was just as a little background. So I originally thought this was just the troll. Oh, it's the troll is now gone from being in my live stream to this, which was absolutely wrong. That's at least two different people.
Because I say that because, this has been probably your whole life of you acting this way, right? And even after you were kind of confronted, you still sort of stuck to this.
Hello, Spade in the Shade. It was not bragging. He was proving to me that he was winning our competition to get the most chicks. He lied all weekend. Oh, I'm assuming this is Wes? Hello.
And you even,
I'm actually kind of hungry too. What kind of food you feeling, Vass? I'm feeling Mexican at the moment. I'm always feeling Mexican. But I don't know. We have some curry that I need to make, so I might make some curry tonight.
Had people help defend you. So that I'm sort of leading into that and asking, when the shift, because, I'm sure there's a lot of people who are going to say, well, yeah, it's real easy after you're confronted and caught to say that you feel terrible about it. Why did it,
The best thing I can tell you, my aha moment was when the content.
Oh, dang. I'm sorry to hear that, man. I hope it gets resolved.
Of the drive was shared with me, and I got to see everything and how many things there were over a number of years. It was just kind of like, as I said in the apology, all the walls I put in my head came down. I saw all my excuses and what I was doing to people and how I was treating them, and the enormity of it all hit me like a tidal wave. I'm like, oh shit, I'm bad.
Yeah.
I've been a complete asshole.
I'm still watching the things about I think their name is Jesse. I'm still watching that one, so I haven't been able to catch up on much, but I will definitely check it out.
Yeah,
there was no running from that.
No, there definitely wasn't. But when this first came out, and I hope you don't mind me referencing our conversation, just again for the sake of integrity. When this first came out, I had initially asked you about it, and you claimed that it was nothing. You had done absolutely nothing wrong. You're laughing at it because it's just a troll that was jealous of your popularity and how women flirt with you.
Yes.
I understand that you say that's what you sort of believed at the time. However, when I was speaking to you, I was doing so from a very non-judgmental standpoint, and I was very politely saying, but do you think there's any validity to what they're saying about your behavior at all? And you were like, absolutely not. And you were completely trying to discredit them. Why is that?
In my mind, I absolutely thought that this was the same person who had been in my live streams and other people's live streams impersonating me for over a month. And I said, they're just trying a different tactic now. So I firmly believed that it was the same person trying a different tactic.
Sure, that's understandable. But, if Charlie Manson says that I kick puppies, and that's still a true statement, it doesn't change the fact that I kick puppies, right? So I understand that you believed it was someone that was just trolling you and jealous of you. But what I'm asking is if you knew that some of what they were saying about your behavior was true, and there were people asking you, hey, is any of this true? Why were you so adamant about continuing to say, no, it's not true? And not only that, but go as far as to try to completely discredit them.
I was so much more worried about my reputation and avoiding humiliation than I was pursuing truth or trying to do the right thing. I was much more interested in damage control, getting rid of the video, flagging and reporting it. In the beginning stages, that's all I was really concerned with.
Sure.
I thought it was the same person trolling me, so I sent them a picture of me blowing a load onto some coupons.
Sure.
And that was my motivation.
I'm sure there's some very humiliating stuff there. I can understand wanting to get rid of that. But what about even privately with some of the people who, they were advocating for you even, or even myself? I definitely was never advocating for you at any point, but I feel that I was very fair with you.
Yes.
I was not judgmental, and I don't intend to just keep speaking about me. I'm only speaking about this because it's the only, contact that I have direct experience with. With you, I'll be honest with you. I've noticed some problematic behavior with you before this even happened. You've noticed I'm often very, very, playful and talkative with a lot of people, but I had already prior to this kind of shied away from you because I got a little bit of a bad vibe. I hope that doesn't offend you.
You're not the first person to have told me that in the past weekend.
Then in the past weekend, I'm sure people have tried to tell you before.
Sure. So when I came to you, I'll just be honest with you. My intention was, I had good intentions. I wanted to help you realize that, even if at that time I thought it was possibly a troll too, I didn't read all the content. But I was trying to see if maybe I could use the situation to help you understand that you make people uncomfortable. So I brought that up to you, and I'm like, well, do you think maybe you have some repetitive behavior that makes people uncomfortable? Do you think it's an odd coincidence that even before this troll said your name, everyone said, oh, you must be talking about Jorrun? And, again, you very much so just shut that down. It's like, no, it's just got to be someone who's jealous. There's absolutely no truth to it. I mean, you clearly knew at the time, even if you didn't realize how bad your behavior was, you knew that there was some validity to what they were saying. Why not, at least privately, to maybe not me, but other people who you're closer to when they're asking you about this, why deny it so adamantly?
Because he wanted to save his ass. He wanted to fucking cover his ass.
I think I was doing the equivalent of covering my ears and going, la, 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 I can't hear you.
Sure.
Very much a denial, not wanting to experience humiliation, loss of respect. Yeah.
I mean, I guess I can understand that, and I'm sure other people can too, but why would you allow other people to come to your defense then? Why wouldn't you say, even if you didn't want to fully admit it, why wouldn't you just say, hey, I've got this, let me handle this, don't bring yourself into this? Because, I remember even you telling me something along the lines of, I'm not going to let this troll win because too many people have reached out and they have my back, and, I'm not going to let them down. You acted like you had some kind of obligation to them as your fans, is I believe what you said. So why on earth would you allow innocent people to come to your defense, knowing that at least even if you were not fully accepting at the time that your behavior was terrible, you knew some of it was true at the very least. Why would you allow innocent people to jump in and run to your defense and even help get the videos taken down?
The first day after the whistleblower revealed him or herself,
why do people go him or herself? Why not just say themselves? It's proper grammar. You're allowed to say that.
I knew there was a video. I did not watch it. I got 10 seconds.
Hello, Brian Kane. Welcome. It's been a while.
I think on a subconscious level, I'm like this. I was just running and hiding from it. So I was talking to my friends. I'm like, okay, it's the troll. I'm sure it's the same troll. Cranking up to the next level. Please report. And that was my only thought process. Later on, when I actually started thinking, I was just like, wait a minute, there's things that absolutely don't add up. That means this is a different person.
Sure. I guess where I get a little confused, and I'm sure other people would have that same question too, is again, even if you're in unless you were just in complete denial and you really thought you never had done anything wrong ever, it doesn't. I'm asking, why would you allow people to rush to your defense, knowing that there was at least a shred of validity to what was being said?
I would say it was complete denial. Complete denial. And I didn't, it really was like a switch was flipped when I saw that drive. And I'm like, oh, this is real. What I've done is real. And the excuses I've used are bullshit. And that's when I'm like, oh.
In that, when you were allowing people to come to your defense, I'm gonna talk about Danny here, because she had your back. You manipulated her and others who considered you a friend into trying to cover this up. Get the video removed through no fault of their own. Now, some people may view them as someone who is either complacent in or assisting a predator in covering up his behavior. Do you want to clear some of that up and explain that they were in no way involved and that you completely misled them and that they absolutely would not have supported your behavior had they known the truth?
Absolutely. Anyone who may have done that, I'm not sure I can remember specifically, but I believe Danny G, TCAP Recipes, probably wrote his Chew Tootsie, possibly, again, my memory, possibly Roy Me. Anyone who did that, none of them approved of the stuff I was doing. They all thought they were helping, or even knew about it. Not a one. Not a one. There was no, I have this confidant and they know secretly what I'm, no. All of them acted out of complete ignorance of my behavior. And they all thought they were helping a friend. Yeah. And
just to be clear, that's also because you manipulated them into that too, by speaking to them and saying, yeah, this is all fake and they're, this person's a troll and help, right?
Yeah.
There was, not only did they not know, but they were also very specifically manipulated by you. Is that correct? Would that be a fair statement?
Yes. I have trouble saying just a blanket yes to that, because I did really think that this was the same troll part 2. But at the same time, I want to clear them of all associations.
Oh, Webbish is here. Gotta turn off the cum box. Sorry. Oop, wrong one. Gotta turn off the cum box. Way to go.
Association with what I've done. Because they absolutely...
Sure. So when I say manipulation, even if you didn't really fully understand the extent of what you had done, I mean, intent, it doesn't always matter. There was very clear manipulation on your part, is all I'm saying. Yes. This is more so about, I think it's very important to exonerate these people. I think that most people understand what's going on now, but in case if there's one person out there who thinks Danny G or any of these people who were supporting you, were complacent in this and complicit in
emphatically,
this in
they were not.
Okay. Okay, I want to make sure that that's very clear.
Thank you.
Why did you ask?
Stop thanking her. Why are you thanking her?
The catfish, if they were sexually aroused or attracted to predators, or about role play as these predators?
I believe the catfish mentioned it first.
No.
About we started discussing To Catch a Predator. And I was curious if she found any of them handsome.
Sure. I believe it was something, I think you brought that up and asked if they were aroused by any of them. And then I think you went into some role play saying it was like a humiliation thing is what I read. But why do you think that, because from what I understood, I didn't see her initiate that. And I can go back and read and double check if we need to pause, but it looked to be initiated by you.
I think you do, because she was telling me that she was attracted to Lauren Armstrong and she wanted me to role play him in a sexual way.
I too. Okay, everyone. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm. I could be wrong, but I think that was after you asked her something like, I'm going to ask you an uncomfortable question or something. And
Right.
just that very first initial question, I believe, was you. And again, we can pause and I can go check. But honest, it doesn't really matter. The fact is you did engage in the conversation too. So
Yes.
that seems like a very odd thing to ask someone. Why would you want to know?
Anyway, I'm sorry. I was just coughing up a lung. Okay, everyone, who is the predator you're most attracted to? I'll go first. Mine's Zachary Slot Stanford. Mine too. Let's be honest, some of those predators are terribly sexy. Yeah, like Hamburger. Let's the Asian predator who busted his head on the bar on purpose.
If someone is attracted to or aroused by sexual predators.
I was curious if she found any of them handsome.
Why would that be a question? Like like I feel like that question could be brought up if you went like, okay, fuck, marry, kill, JPW, Lorne Armstrong, and Dan Allen. Yeah, Dan Allen. Thank you, Fantastic Planet. You know, like that's one way that you could, you know, and it would be, that's kind of like the same question, but it's not inappropriate. Like, I don't know. Ugh.
That's about as far as my thought process went into that.
Sure. Do you know why you would want to know or care whether someone finds a sexual predator attractive? You have to admit.
Marry JPW, fuck Lorne, kill Dan Allen. Really? You wouldn't kill Lorne? No, yeah, you know what? Dan Allen is definitely dangerous.
That's kind of odd.
Yes.
You know, it's not like, hey, do you find Brad Pitt attractive, or even the more gossipy, you know, do you find anyone in the community attractive? That's a very odd, you know, why are you...
I'm a Wibbish simp. It says so on my profile picture.
You asking a woman if she's aroused by or sexually attracted to a sexual predator?
I don't know.
Do you think it's at all possible?
Like, why would that cross your mind? Kill Lorne and go on the run from my husband and my secret lover.
That you realized maybe you had some predatory behavior and you were kind of wondering if they were, you know, that might be something they're into?
No, I think it was just an interest. I was curious about their mentality. As far as, it was a very bizarre TCAP-related way to get into a TCAP-related question.
Sure.
Wow, that's very strange of me to ask.
Do you think maybe that was just like an awkward way for you to introduce some weird sex talk? You know, like maybe because there have been people in the past who, you know, unfortunately there are people who have been attracted to this community because it's a place where women, even though we're talking about how repulsed we are by it, it's a place where women feel comfortable openly talking about, you know, the sexual content. So do you think that was just your way of sort of testing the waters and like, hey, I'm going to bring up it, but really all you really cared about was sex? Or, I mean, do you think that there's more to it? What are your thoughts?
I don't think there's more to it. The conversation was sexual from the very beginning to the very...
Absolutely. And totally a question you would ask to other guys. Yes, definitely.
Very end. From her sending me a nude pic. I incorrectly said it wasn't a nude pic, but the picture was of her pulling up her dress above her waist.
Mm-hmm.
So the conversation was sexual from the moment she initiated it, and pretty much stayed there.
Sure. Do you think your fixation with genies is just like a simple kink, or do you think it's more of a fetish that has actually caused you issues in your life? I mean, clearly it's caused some issues here right now, but beyond this.
I am confused by your using kink as a separate thing than fetish. I don't know.
It is separate. It's separate, right? Hold on. Hold the fuck up. Let me put my bong down. I need to Google this. I need to fucking Google the difference between kink and fetish. While kink increases a partner's pleasure, fetishism replaces the partner with an object. That could range from a body part or an object. Okay. So I think it's a fetish, dog. I think it's a fetish. Listen, I'm not a sex doctor or whatever, but I think it's a fetish.
Know how you're
So
defining.
maybe I'm defining it wrong, but from what I've heard from others is, kink is just something you're into, right? It's this, I like this kinky behavior. Whereas a fetish is, I can't get off without this, and I'm very fixated on this, and it causes problems.
Yeah, that's what I was told. Yes, with Kitty Velociraptor, break out your bong, let's smoke.
In my everyday life, it affects my normal functionality.
We all have our fetishes, okay? I hate the way he fucking talks. What was his name again? I know him by "Can I Rape You Anally," but that's like it.
Not to say that people with fetishes always have problems in their normal life, but do you think it's something that consumes you more than it should and causes you issues? I guess how I'll ask you then.
You've changed the definition so much that I'm now completely confused, but I will give you the answer to the best.
Well, here, then, okay, let me re-ask it. Let me re-ask it, because I realize I get a little rambly. Do you think that your fixation with genies, your sexual fixation with genies, do you think it's just a simple something that kind of turns you on? Or do you think it's something that is kind of deep rooted and actually causes you issues with normal function in your life?
Yes to the second part. It is very deep rooted. As long back as I remember, I've had a fascination.
Sure. And has it ever caused you any other issues? Like, I don't know, maybe like a girlfriend and you're bringing up genie shit and she's like, what's this about? Or even just something in your personal life. Has it ever caused you issues other than this?
Yes, it has.
Do you want to elaborate on that at all?
Yes, I believe women I was dating who I was otherwise a very good match for were not interested in that.
Do you feel that you ever pushed it even though they expressed that they were not interested in it?
I would say pushed. Nothing overly dramatic, Lifetime movie, but nonetheless, I kept trying to suggest it, and eventually it ended in the relationship ending. She goes, "Look, you have these desires that I do not have."
Sure.
Here's something interesting. Let's play 2 truths and a lie. So, number 1, let's see. I have a daddy kink. Number 2, I have a furry fetish. Number 3, I have a hand fetish. Go ahead and tell me which one's the lie and which one's 2 of them are truths, 1 is a lie.
Sure. So it got in the way of you respecting someone else's sexual boundaries before, would be a fair statement. Yes.
Oh, sexual boundaries to me sounds too much like assault, so I would disagree with the wording.
Bitch, what the fuck? Hold on, let's go back a little bit. Damn, Spooky Foot Lettuce! Good job! Good job!
Before would be a fair statement. Yes.
Oh, sexual boundaries to me sounds too much like assault. Desires that I do not have.
Sure. So it got in the way of you respecting someone.
Yes, furry fetish is the lie. Victims sometimes are into some weird shit, and I'm definitely into some weird shit. It's because you took the longest to say it. Man, I'm obvious, huh? Here I thought that I could act better than that. It is. I tried it, didn't like it, couldn't do it, thought too much about my dog, and how fucking weird that would be. So, however, I do hate my dad with a fiery, horrible, horrible passion. I despise the man.
Someone else's sexual boundaries.
Vast ham saga. Ooh, make a hole in that ham.
Before would be a fair statement. Yes.
Oh, sexual boundaries to me sounds too much like assault, so I would disagree with the wording.
It wasn't assault, but it was harassment. Sexual harassment is a thing, dude.
I would definitely say that I was trying to get someone.
This right here, you guys out here in the wild, is a man who does not believe that sexual assault is anything other than physical rape. he thinks that unless he puts his pee-pee inside of you in some way, shape, or form, it's not sexual assault. So grabbing someone's tits, grabbing someone's ass, you know, feeling someone up, doing anything, putting your hands on somebody in a way that's not, like, violent, because that's something else, you know, but, like, it's sexual harassment. If you touch me without my fucking permission, get the hell out of my way, dude. What the fuck?
Engage in something they didn't want to do.
We should all know the difference between assault and harassment, and we should all know not to do it. Like, we shouldn't be telling a 50-year-old man how this shit works. I know I've said it a million times, but, like, this is us telling a grown man, a 50-year-old man, how the world works.
And as a result, they left. And it was the right thing for them to do.
Which would indicate that it was probably pretty persistent, right? It probably wasn't like a one-time conversation, like, hey, listen, I'm not comfortable with that. I don't want to involve that in our sex life. And then that was the end of it. It sounds like you were told, hey, I'm not comfortable with this, but you continue to persist, is what I mean by violating someone's sexual boundaries. Not that you held her down and forced her to put on a genie costume.
Okay.
When you mention you desire like this master-slave relationship, do you have an interest in BDSM and alternative lifestyles and all of the responsibilities that go along with it?
Yes.
Or is it specific to genies and only about your own personal gratification? That's really all you care about. You're just fixated on that.
To be honest, I feel like we have to tell a lot of 50-year-old men how the world works all the time. Yeah, it's fucking awful. It's fucking awful.
In successful relationships with people where there was definitely a master-slave vibe. And we clicked well.
Listen, dude, I don't think... Okay, so obviously Vass is into some weird kinky shit. Obviously. We all know this. What I know, and it's very little, I'm not experienced. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that, oh, I've been to these orgies and all these sex parties and I'm so well versed and educated. No. I'm just a whore. So, like, I can sit here and understand the responsibilities, like Mini Syllable said, that come with... That's what I'm trying to get at, Spooky Foot Lettuce. Thank you for saying it immediately and completely. Just, you took the words right out of my mouth. You put it all into perspective. Master slave isn't something you just vibe out. It's not a vibe. It's a relationship, regardless of whether it's romantic, strictly sexual, if it's just something that you're doing as friends. Like, it doesn't matter what the relationship umbrella, what relationship umbrella you're under. It's a relationship. It's something that you need to trust the other person, and the other person has to trust you. You don't just go in and say, all right, I want to fuck, and then you go in and you have a harem. Like, that's not how that works. That's not how any of this works. People aren't sex toys. Okay? People aren't fucking blow-up dolls. If you want a harem of blow-up dolls, just fucking say so. Just say so, and we would respect you a whole lot more. Like, the homie wants a harem of blow-up dolls.
Now I'm just going to kind of move out of it and say, do you feel that you have apologized to everyone that you need to?
No.
I have apologized to everyone that has come into my memory. But when I worded the apology in my video.
Hello, Pee-wee the Great. Hi. I just want Senpai to step on me.
Because, again, my memory. I said, although I mentioned specific people that I can think of, I apologize to everyone, women as well as men. Because a man, obviously, I didn't come on to him or really get pushy sexually to the point of propositioning, but they had to watch that. They were probably uncomfortable. They probably had a feeling of violation. And so I really want to make sure I apologize to everybody.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Yourself included.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Why do you think it took this coming out and being confronted with it for you to even realize that this behavior is not okay? Because, I mean, a lot of this is very, very alarming behavior. This isn't like, oh, I didn't realize I'm a little bit more flirtatious than I should be. So why do you think it took something this extreme and humiliating for you to understand?
I feel really strongly about, you already know my fears, right? But it all stems from being told that I was too flirtatious. I'm literally never gonna forget it. It was my not my sophomore, my junior year of high school, and I was eating some pudding and some grapes, and one of my guy friends goes, "You eat everything like you're sucking dick," and I'm like, "What? What the fuck?" Apparently, the way I spoke to people and the way that I even ate food was really sexual, and I didn't even know it. I had no fucking idea. I didn't know that I was wrapping my lips around the things a certain way. And like whenever I gave other people compliments, it didn't sound like just a compliment. It sounded really sexual. I had no idea of this. I had no clue. I didn't know. I thought I was just being friendly, right? So like, I understand not realizing that you're doing something until somebody else brings it up. But this isn't the case here. That's not the case here.
And that this is not okay.
I kept brushing it off. I kept telling myself, I'll give you my exact mentality.
But like, he knew he was doing it. Like, right, this here proves that he knew he was doing it. But he was just ashamed of it. I have a feeling you eat food perfectly normally and your guy friend was just being kind of creep-tastic. Ever since then, I've never been the same. I've never been the same. And like, this guy knows. Like, how is it that my worst nightmares are things that this guy just does? That he just does. He just does them for funsies. LOL, gonna go harass women with the girls later. Hi, might delete later, felt cute. Feeling manic. Bitch! And or people sexualizing you racially, possibly. That's true. That's true. And even if you eat food flirtatiously, who cares? Nothing wrong with being flirtatious. Well, yes, but there's like if people don't know me. So like, if, let's say you and me, Zachy, we didn't know each other that well. And like, you came up to me and started talking to me the way that we normally talk to each other, I would be extremely uncomfortable. Like, super uncomfy. But because we have that level of what if I just accidentally come? Oh no, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and change it, and y'all are allowed to come again. Like, if you don't know me, then you don't know that I don't mean it. You know what I mean? Like, you don't know that I just don't understand social cues. You're assuming because I sound flirtatious that I'm being creepy, and rightfully so. You know? So like, yes, meat's back on the menu, boys. Oh my god. I'm sending a screenshot of that to Daddy Oli. But like, you know, you don't know. So like, it's, social cues are overrated. They are, but you know, like, in a lot of situations you still have to use them, you know? Because like, if somebody, again, Zachy, if someone came up to me and I didn't know them and talked to me the way we talk to each other, I would be thoroughly creeped out. I would not want anything to do with that person, you know? So like, there I was going my entire school career, just being super flirty, and like, people would like avoid me and stuff. So like, I noticed that, and I didn't know what was wrong. You know, if I would have just known, oh my god, gonna spend my lunchtime with y'all. Yay! Yeah, there's a time and place, you know? And this guy doesn't understand that. He wants it all to be the time and place constantly.
If I had said something to a woman and she responded negatively, I just go,
I feel you're not knowing social cues. I'm autistic, and it's sick until my current job where I'm close to my boss for him to tell me I come off super bitchy most of the time. I never knew. Yes! Yes. And like, I feel like people people won't tell you these things unless they're like really bold. Oh, and like now I don't care about the way that I eat food. I eat food like a fucking whore. I don't give a fuck. I pig out on that shit. But like, you know, it's and I've not diagnosed or anything. I think I have at least ADHD or something. I definitely have ADHD. But I don't have that diagnosis. But like we face similar. I'm not saying that we're the same thing, but we face similar social cue blurriness. Is kind of like what I like to call it, because it's like we can understand certain like I understand certain things. I'm gonna go ahead and stop saying we, because you're a different person. I'm sorry. That must have sounded really, really awful. I'm sorry. But like myself, I know that it's pleasant when you meet somebody to be, you know, friendly and open and warm, especially if you're a woman, and especially if you're a woman of a darker complexion. And I'm not saying I'm dark, but for a Latina, and especially for in my family, I'm pretty dang dark. So people confuse me with being a black woman. And, you know, with that comes a lot of the, oh, you have darker skin, therefore you're a sassy Latina, you're a sassy black girl, and you don't take shit from nobody. You don't need no man. You're a strong, independent black woman, and you don't need no man. Like, that's kind of the connotation that people place on me. So, like, I try to counter that with being as peppy and bubbly as I possibly can, so I don't seem, you know, like I want to be warm and inviting. I don't want people to not think that they can't talk to me. You know what I mean? I want to be approachable. So like, I'm not going to even try to pronounce that. It didn't hurt me or anything. Just kind of mad at people in my past for never telling me, but he's former special forces, so telling me I sound bitchy doesn't faze him at all. And it's like, you know, okay, so I'm going to go ahead and be open again. Vast recently came out of a terribly deep depression, a horrendously deep depression. And you know what? I'm not even gonna go with it. My BFF is a black woman and she code switches hard at work. It makes me angry that she feels the need she has to do that. And honestly, sometimes it's just more convenient to I don't know if I'm allowed to use that term. I'm Mexican, but I do it a lot too. Like I talk differently to my parents than I do, you know, everybody else. I sound like a fucking chola when I speak to my family. You know, like I have that thick Mexican accent. You know, I say fu and ese, you know, like all the thick Mexican things. So it's just easier to like bring it down and just use that normal tone for everybody so you don't have to explain. But trying to be approachable is something that Jorrun just skipped over. He just assumes that he's approachable.
Oh, okay, she's just not the right one for me. Next. It's, oh, you know, if
yes, treating them like objects.
3 out of 100 respond with interest, and it goes there, I'll keep going.
Sure.
That was exactly what I felt. It was wrong, but in my mind, I just brushed it off. Okay, on to the next one. That's just how it is, which is bullshit.
Yeah. Do you think you have a somewhat dismissive and negative attitude towards women who are not receptive to your sexual advances?
Yes.
Yeah, I know there is a video that is, I think, still up, and a few people have noticed it. I think it's your Reverend video. In that video, I think you're talking about, you know, you're joking about what comedians are hacks. And I noticed you say something along the lines of female comedians who all they talk about is how men try to have sex with them. They're hacks.
As far as the video goes, everything I did in that is a joke, but it was based on my time as a stand-up, seeing a lot of people who would stereotype themselves, be they the gay comedians, the black comedians, the white comedians, where they...
Baby, with that said, we don't need you coming in and stereotyping us anymore. Okay? If you say that we're already doing it enough by ourselves, then leave us to it, bitch. Mind your damn business. Turn around, lock your door, and leave.
Literally just focus on one thing, and that's their entire act. And I have absolutely met women who their whole act is, guys want to have sex with me.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel that you're qualified to determine what constitutes a comedic act? Or is it just strictly personal opinion?
Well, everything I read is personal opinion, definitely. But I have seen this, and it's been brought to my attention that these stereotypes exist because I've seen them so many times.
He's so Latino. So Latino.
Both as an audience member and as a stand-up comedian.
Do you think that the people you've apologized to should forgive you?
That's completely up to them. Right now, if I can be frank, I expect nothing from anyone. If people don't want me in the community, that's absolutely a prerogative. And I'm not looking to blame anyone or make anyone feel sorry for me. I just want to do the right thing, which is why I agreed to this interview. And I expect nothing from anyone. If they want to write me out of my life completely, that is their right, and I understand.
Do you believe that you should still be welcome in this community?
Not necessarily. I really would not blame anyone if they said, you know what, you violated our trust. As you said, this is a safe space. We don't want you around. That's fine.
Sure. Do you intend to continue to make content here?
The most honest answer I can give you is I have thought about nothing the past couple days other than doing the video, doing this interview with you. It is completely up in the air whether...
You know the right answer is no, I will not be coming back. You know that's the right answer. Okay, you can change your name or create another account, and you can still watch shit, just don't interact, please.
Whether or not I will release anything else. I have absolutely no forethought. I did have a video that was ready to go. I absolutely don't know what the future will be.
Sure.
I just know it won't be sexual content.
What do you intend to do going forward, both in your personal life and here?
For personal life, as I mentioned in the video, I want to get counseling. To make that a reality, yesterday checked with my insurance, got a list of mental health providers. I was able to leave my number on a couple of them. I got contacted by one today. He sent me over the necessary forms. I signed them, emailed them back, and he should be seeing me in the very near future.
Okay. Anything else, or just the counseling, or any other plans?
That is the main plan, because I definitely have deep-rooted stuff, and obviously the things I've been doing for a couple decades. And as I said in my video...
Guys, there's a little palate cleanser I want to do, because Weird Versions just released a new album, firstly, but a new song. So let's listen to it. This just came out. I just got the notification.
I'm gonna make a cast of my cock and send it to you. I'm having a really hard time here and I need you to have me there. I love you so fucking much, Jamie. And there is nothing easy about not being able to be face to face with you. I used to not have a doubt that it was me that you was in love with. Now, I'm halfway convinced that it's Will that you're in love with. The more thought I put into the way you act with him, the more it makes me feel second to him. I hate you without you.
Yes! Wibish. Oh my gosh. Hello, Lawrence with Salad.
I can't do anything real. I and read.
2 fucking times today you left me without saying a fucking thing. And you didn't tell me that. So what you got going on there? So what's going on, Jamie? Any alcohol or what? Got another guy or what? Everybody there seen your pussy. I haven't. So what do you got going on?
I have a fever, it's in my pussy. Can the Wildo join up?
Now with a dildo that is shaped from Will's dick.
Wildo is my new best friend, he makes me scream with delight, scream with delight.
I'm nothing to you.
Drama queen, grandpa, okay, how sweet.
It's a copy of Will's cock. My dick's not enough.
Drama queen, grandpa, okay, how sweet.
It's a copy of Will's cock.
Tee.
I came to rant and read. I came to rant and read.
Imitation for Will's cock.
I came to rant and read. I came to rant and read.
Imitation for Will's cock. Well, I've never had my asshole licked. Asshole licked. If anybody does it, you're gonna be the only one that does it. My asshole licked.
No, that's not sexy. No, that's not sexy.
Wah wah. My hands are up and hurt my pecker, so wah wah.
No!
You don't have other dildos there.
I threw them all out for the Wildo. I have a fever, it's in my pussy. Can the Wildo join up?
Now with a dildo that is shaped from Will's dick.
Wildo is my new best friend, he makes me scream with delight, scream with delight.
I'm nothing to you.
Drama queen, grandpa, okay, how sweet.
It's a copy of Will's cock. My dick's not enough.
Drama queen, grandpa, okay, how sweet.
It's a copy of Will's cock.
Tee.
I came to rant and read. I came to rant and read.
Imitation of Will's cock.
I came to rant and read. I came to rant and read.
Imitation of Will's cock. Ain't no tee about that.
Can't do this, can't do that, can't do this, can't do that. Come on, Lord, you're naked, I'm naked.
Oh, you're too late for that.
I'm so wet, yell at me so I can do my game. It's a dildo, please grow up and yell at me so I can do my game. I use my wonderful Wildo, oh God, oh Jesus. I use my wonderful Wildo, oh God, oh Jesus. Oh God, oh Jesus. My wonderful Wildo, wonderful Wildo. I boomed really hard. Thanks, Will.
Congratulations.
I came to rant and read. I came to rant and read.
Imitation of Will's cock.
I came to rant and read. I came to rant and read.
Imitation of Will's cock.
It's still up there with him, and a dildo made from him.
Imitation of Will's cock.
I don't see how you think I can accept that.
Wow.
Making me feel like I can't.
It's beautiful. It's truly beautiful. I can't wait till I get to talk my husband into buying me this album because I love it. It's beautiful. That was terribly sexy. Weird Versions, guys, go and support him on Bandcamp or Bandicamp. I'm not sure how you say that. But go listen to it. Tell him Vass sent you, I guess. You're a lonely housewife. You need daddy's money. I do need daddy's money. With that said, in the description, if y'all want to donate to it's back to being Vast Alcohol Fund. I've given up on the pool. So if you want to donate some money for my alcohol fund, it's in the description. No pressure. I'm good.
In the very near future.
Okay. That was so good that I'm inspired to write Wolf Erotica. Oh my gosh.
Okay. Anything else, or just the counseling, or any other plans?
That is the main plan, because I definitely have deep-rooted stuff, and obviously the things I've been doing for a couple decades. And as I said in my video, my best thinking got me here. And where I am now is not a good place. And how I'm treating people is not good. So I firmly believe that anyone can say, you know, I pinky promise I'm never going to do this, I'm going to change. Well, I need some new thinking, and I need perspective, and I want it to be...
And I need cash now. Call JG 877 cash now.
From someone who is qualified to do so. And I am ready and willing to work hard.
Are you taking any steps to protect people from your behavior in the meantime?
Jorrun. Yes, it is Jorrun.
While you get this figured out.
I'm a little vague on what that question means, Minnie.
You know, because you've violated, you know, people's ability to consent to sexual acts with you. You have liked very inappropriate pictures of small children. And as you said, like, maybe
Hello, Mandy S. Welcome back.
You have not yet been sexually aroused, but as you said, you may be taking a step in that direction. So are you taking any definitive steps to make sure you're protecting people from being further victimized by you while you get this issue figured out?
I'm not specifically sure how I would go about doing that. I can tell you I deleted a huge amount of files from my computer besides the ones that would give me sexual gratification. All those are gone. Some video media, gone. I have had almost no conversations with anyone in the past couple days while I get my head together, as it were. And I have, that's what I've done.
Minnie, let me tell you, I had so much porn on my computer.
As so far.
Sure. Are you going to take steps to make sure that you're not even exposed to children's pictures whatsoever?
Yes.
Especially within that, you know, genie-themed area?
I actually went into my Instagram and started deleting a lot of accounts I followed where viewing the woman would definitely be arousing to me.
Reviewing the woman?
I mean, the thought of it makes me, you know, physically shudder.
You didn't answer my question. Does Bear get his asshole licked? Duh. On fucking command. We're married. It was in the vows. It was in the vows, Wibbish. I vow to love, protect, and lick and eat the booty like groceries. Like... Oh, weird versions. Send me an email. Okay, I'm going to check it.
Have you deleted, and I mean completely deleted, any and all content that has been inappropriate or photos that you have saved without people's knowledge, especially here within the community? Have you completely and totally removed everything? No chance of you, you know, pulling the audio that you have saved from Tiffany up at some later date if you start to regress and you don't address these issues.
Correct.
Is there any chance whatsoever that you still have access to any of this?
The most honest and comprehensive way I can say is I had everything on a folder on my computer. I went through it with a fine-tooth comb because sometimes I really don't label things. And so even though I went through it the first time, the second time, some things that were not labeled, you know, just a mishmash number, letter combination for the name, went through every file, and it is all off my computer right now. And yesterday I was just thinking, oh, I'm all set. I've really done everything. And then I realized, wait a minute, I have back blaze. So now I have to go through those and also make sure that it's all gone. Even if people told me yesterday, we like such and such, we like it to go back up again, it's not.
Sure. So it would be fair to say that it's possible that it is not all gone just yet, but that you are taking steps to make it all gone?
Correct. My only concern is anything saved on Backblaze. And if you would like me to get back to later on tonight or tomorrow where I can say I've gone through Backblaze and it's absolutely gone, I'd be happy to do that.
Sure. I mean, I don't know that people will believe what you say, but it may give some people peace of mind.
Right.
So
it'll give nobody peace of mind. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody fucking cares, dude. Like Jorrun's egghead owns a comb. Yeah, he doesn't. He fucking doesn't. Mushy. Jorrun Thanks for the soundbite. Oh yeah, if you ain't gonna eat the booty like groceries, fuck.
I am not anticipating everyone will believe what I'm saying to begin with, and that's certainly their right, and they certainly have reason to feel like that.
Sure. Is there anything else you want people to know?
Mostly I want to apologize. I'll get a little philosophical here. The best thing about Lauren, right, is we're all better than him. As far as he's seemingly has no redeeming qualities. People have had fun talking about it intellectually, and I've enjoyed that. But in the past, when I saw myself acting a little bit like Lauren, it freaked me out and put me on a better path. Now that I've seen that I've acted quite a bit like Lauren in a couple areas, I want to run from that and that behavior as fast as I can. And that's why I started taking steps so
Hello, Vexy. Welcome.
quickly. Once I realized, I'm like, holy shit, this? I don't want to be like anything like this. And I'm not going to say, oh, I never defrauded people out of tens of thousands of dollars. That doesn't matter. In this one category, I've acted way too close to him. And I don't want that to be me.
Dude, stop. Stop. I hate that because that's what I say. That's what I say. I don't want to be like Lauren. I don't want to be like you. That's my worst fear, is to be like you. I avoid being like you like the fucking plague, and you saying that you avoid being like Lauren is one of the biggest fucking lies and is so fucking offensive. Fuck you. Fuck you, you old balding bastard. Your fucking brain is as smooth as your stupid fucking cranium.
Sure.
At all.
Well, thank you for taking the time to answer these questions. I do appreciate you doing that.
Okay, thanks.
The deplorable actions of this one person are in no way reflective of the TCAP community. Besides being a source of recreation and entertainment, this community is made up of several amazing people who are very accepting and supporting of others. It provides a safe space for many people to feel comfortable opening up about past traumas, and there is absolutely no room for this type of behavior here. This community will not tolerate harassment or objectification of its members, nor will it tolerate people that engage in inappropriate behavior towards children.
All right.
We are finally at the end.
Oh. Okay. So yeah, that's it. That's that. I gotta do some stuff, but I will be back. Maybe at some point, either tonight or tomorrow, will be going on with Mike Pence, and Kelp Pill. She brought us together. She wants us to read this chat log, and hopefully we'll be able to do that either tonight or tomorrow. But yeah, that's it. Other than stream, what's the name of the album? What's the name of Weird Version's new album? No Sleep Till Cornville. Stream No Sleep Till Cornville. And that's it from me. Oh, you got some guy there? I do got some guy there with me. The mailman just delivered my new grinder. So I'm gonna go try it out. But let me put this out. Hold on. Let me do my exit. Let me do my whole exit thing. Okay. I'm gonna play another song. But yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. Cornville and I are streaming tonight, part 2 of our Jorrun Kennedy stream. Ooh, yes! Catch it, you guys. Catch it. Especially if I'm not doing anything later. I'll see y'all there. So anyway, y'all have a great afternoon. We'll see you later. Bye bye.